in 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody out there, this is Solar Grey coming at you from Comic Book Sunday, right here at backinthedeck.com. And we're here with David, yet another veteran writer. How's it going?
Hey, it's going great. I'm a producer and a composer.
Wow.
And I've learned that you can make your dream come true.
Awesome. Very awesome. And composer. Now, it's funny that you mentioned that, and we've talked about music once or twice before, because I was a musician at one point. But
hey, we're never letting you go. You're still a musician.
Well, I lost the muscle memory, so most I got is a little bit of music that I do here for the website, so we don't get sued for copyright. But
that's wise.
Yeah, well, doing what we can. Internet's changing. But yeah, I mean, it's, again, I've been talking to a lot of people that have different positions all around the entertainment industry, just trying to get them to say a few inspirational words to my viewers, primarily, So,
well, I love the idea of put the card back in the deck. The old reasons why you can't or shouldn't even try to do things have all gone away. The barriers are all gone. You can greenlight yourself with a low-cost production equipment and all the software that's often available to demo for free. Plus crowdfunding platforms like Kickstarter and Indiegogo, where you can raise money if you need to get a particular piece of equipment, plus your credit cards. All of these resources can be pulled together.
Don't forget Craigslist.
Yeah, Craigslist. There's networking groups you can go to. Like, for example, there's something called The Table that meets every Thursday night in Sherman Oaks, where writers, actors, directors, cinematographers, every skill that you can imagine that you could possibly need, graphic designers, artists, are all there to help each other's dreams come true.
Oh, that is brilliant.
And there's other groups like that. I'm just mentioning that one because it comes to mind, but there's also Women in Film, and there's Comic Book Sunday. So you can find people who have other talents and skills to collaborate with. And that's the key about entertainment.
That is great. That is seriously great.
It is about you, but more importantly, it's about the team and about the show.
Oh, nothing more true can be said. I mean, every time I've ever been on a set, shooting on a location, the director may get all the credit, or the big star might get all the credit, but there's always Tom the gaffer. The grip, the gaffers,
or Sue, the script supervisor.
Oh.
And these people are vitally necessary, and you can never tell how your career arc is going to go.
It's true.
People think that success is, I start here and I go there. But the way success really works is like this.
Yeah, you start here and you end up not in dead. Woohoo! So tell me, tell our viewers out there, what was it like for you when you were starting out in the business? What are I'm not going to ask for a lot of the trial and tribulations, but the triumph that you're most proud of.
I was born in a log cabin. Actually, that's
Well, thank you, Mr. President, and me and some of my viewers really like what you've done.
I was born before the internet. No, that's not true either. Okay. What is true is when I was starting out, technology was burgeoning just the way it is today.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to continue on into the future. It's all about not only learning your skills, but learning the skill of how to keep updating yourself. That's the thing that I've learned, is that when I was starting out, it was possible to do things more inexpensively and outside of the context of a studio than ever before, although you still needed studios for things like distribution. And the funny thing is that now, even though the costs have come down even more, you still need the studio for distribution, but less so, because now there's alternative distribution platforms.
Okay.
So I think that when you start out, it's always the same. You have to be willing to work for an in-kind return. I'm not talking about working for free. Do not work for free. If you're doing that, you're doing it wrong.
Okay.
Because this is a profession. And even though it might be that it's your calling, it's the thing that you were born to do, it's still something where you need to earn your living at it. So you need to get compensated. But it can be an in-kind compensation.
Truth.
For instance, if you are not well-known, but you're working with people who are well-known, this is an amazing thing. When you work with a famous person, you gain their fame.
It rubs off on you a little bit.
Yeah, they don't become less famous.
No,
You become more famous and well known. So that's a form of payment if what you're trying to do involves, for instance, working in front of the camera. People have to know who you are and recognize you before they're going to feel comfortable with you. So that's a form of payment. On the other hand, if people say you're going to, work behind the scenes as a PA for no pay because it's a good experience, well, it might be a good experience of getting ripped off. That's true, but
Well, in all honesty, having done that gig, it is good experience at learning how to live on ramen and eggs, and moving to a worse and worse neighborhood every 6 months. So,
now this isn't to say that there aren't projects. For instance, if you're going to work on a PSA or something where it's a charity gig where no one is getting paid because everyone believes that the mission, the message is worthwhile, they're donating their time and service, then sure, you be part of that too. It's good to be part of the community and to give back.
absolutely.
But this is something that you really have to think seriously about. For example, in music, if you're a band or you're a songwriter and someone wants to use your song in a video game, well, if it's a video game that's actually got meaningful distribution, meaningful means that more than 3 people are going to play it,
Okay.
then it might make sense to put your song in that game. Because if tens of thousands of people are going to hear your song that way, that's exposure and that's valuable.
Yeah, very much so.
On the other hand, if they've got a budget to make the game,
If they happen to be like a AAA company, then
you should be asking for some money. This is negotiation, and negotiation is a skill. Some people are also born with talent for it. But this is an important thing to understand, that you are valuable, your creativity is valuable. That doesn't mean that you're better than anybody or that anybody owes you a living. It just means that when people ask you to work for free, you need to figure out, well, okay, what am I going to get in return? What's the compensation? Because people who produce entertainment get this notion that if creative people are willing to work for free, then they can keep all the money.
yeah. Yeah, and if it did work that way with my mortgage, then that would be a better world.
Now you could try explaining to them that, well, I'll do better work for you if I'm not a homeless person.
I've actually never tried that before. Maybe I should. Well,
So enough on that. What you want to do is try and work with every kind of person on every kind of project that you possibly can, and until you get that lucky match where you and the people that you're working with get each other and you're working on common goals. That's where you have a community.
brilliant. And community is really where it is. I mean, if we look at the past few generations of filmmaker collaborations, I mean, back in the golden age of the 70s, we had the Coppolas and the Scorseses and all those guys. But they had their community, which gave us The Godfather and Apocalypse Now. The 80s came around and we had the Brian De Palma guys. The 90s came around and we've got the CalArts crew being Burton and Elfman. We have our community that we know we can count on, and we can always bring more people in.
Yes, and you will bring more people in. That's sort of one of the best pieces of advice I ever got when I was starting out was be everybody's friend. If you can do that, your future is guaranteed to be successful.
Addendum, we don't mean fake being friends. Really be there. If somebody needs help moving and you've got writer's block, pick up a couple of boxes. You'd be surprised at how much it'll help. Seriously.
It does, because people like to work with people they like.
It's true. And the funny thing about the business of writing and entertainment, be it internet or AAA budget games, the people that pay for this have the power to do all the hiring and firing based on qualifications and how they want to put their team together.
Yes.
And if you have a team that, let's say the skills are maybe an 8 out of 10 tops, but they're all great people, you're going to produce something good.
Yes, that's absolutely true. One of the things that you see after you've worked on several projects is when everyone is trying to make the same movie or the same TV show or the same game comes out better. Then everyone has a slightly different agenda
It's so
and
true.
jockeying for position.
It's so true. It's so true.
But when you're starting out, you want to be open to other people's agendas because it's their project, and by helping them, if they're a good person, they will show reciprocity. It's an important word. Reciprocity.
It's not just a song from Chicago, okay?
Yes. That's how you tell that they're the right people, is that they will do something for you in return.
All right.
That could be paying you money, or that could be bringing you to the attention of someone who can hire you for another gig. There's all different kinds of ways things to work. But if you're open to it, then your career will have a course that eventually takes you to where you want to go. Now, if you happen to be independently wealthy, then you've got $50,000.
Then donate to this site at www.
Donate
No,
to this site,
I'm kidding.
and you'll have all these talented people that will help you make your show.
Well, thanks a lot, Dave. Speaking of which, do you want to tell the Deckers out there what you've been working on or anything they should keep an eye out for?
I'm David Raiklen, D-A-V-I-D-R-A-I-K-L-E-N. If you go to myname.com, you get instant gratification. You can have free samples of music to enjoy, or you can become a friend on Facebook. Keep up with all of my activities. Right now, as we speak, we're planning for Comic-Con, which is in San Diego.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
don't know about this,
It's
an
coming.
amazing worldwide convention of popular arts.
It's a freight train of a convention in San Diego, California.
There's movies, there's TV, there's video games, there's cosplay, there's books, there's statues, anything that you can think of. I mean, you can buy statues there. Any kind of art form you can imagine has found its way there. They actually have wine tasting and food tasting. Incredible. And I'm going there with Space Command. Space Command is a series of epic adventures set in a hopeful future we can all be a part of. It's a science fiction alternative to dystopia. We've all seen shows where the future is worse than today. Well, how about the future can be better than today?
Oh, well, God knows we need another Roddenberry. We so need another Roddenberry.
That's kind of what this is, and we have people, major creative people like our actors include Doug Jones, Aaron Chapman, Ferlin, Bill Rumi, many, Bob Picardo. These are people who have headlined in major feature films with Toro, with Roddenberry, and all the science fiction heroes. We have people from Star Trek universe, the guy who created Darth Maul and designed the movie Avengers.
Oh, wow.
Character designer. It's an amazing team of people trying to put the hopeful vision back into science fiction. So check that out, spacecommand.com. Then also a movie called Blood Kiss, which is a vampire noir. Vampires in Golden Age Hollywood. We have Neil Gaiman, who's going to be acting in the movie.
What?
Yes, it's very cool. What else are you working on? I'm doing a live interactive event called Flyby, which is an outdoor spectacle. We already have done the first version of it. They gave us 2 city blocks in West Hollywood across from the Pacific Design Center.
Wow.
We turned the buildings into projectors, and we were flying drone cameras around photographing illuminated dancers who were creating a dance vision of what dark energy means. If you know what dark energy is,
Oh, yeah?
it's a mysterious force that's causing the universe to accelerate.
Oh,
And I did the
wow.
music for it. It's awesome.
Well, we're going to seriously look forward and look for some of those things because, man, you have a lot of stuff on your plate right now.
Well, I'm just giving you a couple of the highlights that are coming up soon.
Okay. Well, this has been Solar Grey. And this has been Comic Book Sunday. So come on down, come to the website, subscribe to us on Twitter. You guys know all the stuff that I say at every episode, all the stuff in the doobly-blue down there. And thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, Solar.
Thank you, David. Thank you.